Welcome back. So just a couple of hours ago, we heard that two staff members at the Gauteng Education Head Office tested positive for COVID-19. The Gauteng Education MEC, Panyaza Lesufi, wished to inform that the employees based at that head office had tested positive. So accordingly, the affected employees and their families are receiving a support from that department and care in accordance with the World Health Organization protocols. Joining me now on the line, or via Skype in fact, or on the line, is Steve Mabono, who is the spokesperson for the Education Department here in Gauteng. Steve, indeed, very good evening to you. Thanks for your time. So just talk us through when you received this news about the two staff members testing positive for COVID-19.
Thank you very much. Good evening to all our viewers and you, Griselda. Look, the confirmation was actually done today. Hence, the MEC, working very closely with the HOD, they felt that the office, actually two buildings that need to be immediately closed, and that happened today. So meaning that all, personnel at both offices, they had to be guided on how the process of testing will unfold. So we'll utilize the 2 days actually to disinfect both offices and make sure that at least by Monday we should be ready, to resume.
Steve, how many other staff members have gone for testing within the department, comprising of both the areas that you spoke of?
Well, both offices will comprise of over 80, officials that will be there. But you'll understand that currently we don't operate with full complement of your staff. We operate on skeleton staff. Most of our officials, they work from home. There are those that have been permitted to work from home because of their other ailments. They would have filled necessary forms to prefer to work from home. So it's not a sizable number of employees that would have been at the office during this time. So we will be in a position to assist and support them to make sure that there's necessary testing. Because, we work very closely with Department of Health, and there's a clinic there which will then be assisting us to, conduct necessary testing. So we are hopeful. That's why we are even taking 2 to 3 days. We're sure that we will cover, because it's not the, entire buildings where you will have quite a sizable number of people that will be there. So that's why the process is not going to take much of the time. By Monday, there's an expectation that employees should come back at work.
Steve, while there are others that are working remotely, there are other divisions like finance, for example, that would need to work from an office. So what is the situation there? How are you going to manage that particular aspect?
No, well, there is total shutdown. As you will understand, finance is quite sensitive, so you cannot be in a position to do some of the functions while you're at home. So it's a total shutdown there. Unfortunately, for the rest of the week, there won't be any activity. So employees will then have to, when they come back on Monday, they will then have to deal with the backlog. You understand that there's payments that we are conducting. There's the work that is happening. We're supporting all our districts and schools. So there's a lot of work that we are doing. But remotely, it's a risk to take that responsibility and say one will do it while at home. So hence, you will need an office to function or finance responsibilities. So there is a total shutdown. We'll continue on Monday, catch up on what we might have left off.
Just finally there, Steve, how does this impact then on the work that you're doing, given that schools have just reopened and there's a lot of support that the department is giving to the different schools in the different districts in providing the necessary, for example, equipment to ensure that both teachers and learners are safe in those schools? How does this impact that program?
Safe to say that at least your equipment and everything that we needed has been dispatched, has been distributed to all our schools. So the process now that we are planning for is the next round of replenishment, because we need to replenish and make sure that come the next weeks, we are not found wanting in terms of the shortages. But you'll understand that there are some areas or some schools that have raised the quality that is not satisfactory in terms of your masks. So we are working very hard with the Department of Health just to make sure that we rectify those, and hence the 2 days there would not be much in terms of a disturbance. We will then be in a position on Monday to continue. But remotely, some of our district officials and our head office officials, they are still in a position to can operate remotely, and we are not hindered.
All right, Steve, thank you very much indeed for your time. Steve Mabona, the spokesperson for the Gauteng Education Department, talking to us there after 2 staff members at the Education Head Office had tested positive for COVID-19. All the support is being given to them at this stage, and quite a number of the employees there are also going to undergo some testing as well. Thanks very much indeed for your time.